Hello, kids! Welcome again to the Nolly and Thread Show. My name is Nolly, and this is
Finium.
We're so glad you could join us for a few moments in today. Today we're talking about the topic of, what are we talking about today?
Today we're talking about internet safety.
Yeah, that's what it is. But before we get into that part of the show, let's do our feelings check-in. So today I'm feeling, let me look at the feelings wheel. Today I'm feeling a little bit tired. I didn't sleep well last night. And I'm feeling tired and I'm also feeling a little bored. I've been bored lately.
Oh, you've been bored, have you, Molly?
Yeah, there's not much to do when you're away at work all day.
I know, Molly. It's been a busy time of work, and I apologize, but we must get the job done, right?
How are you feeling today, Dinium?
Today, I am feeling, you know what, Molly? I'm actually feeling, I was feeling really worried this morning because I had to sleep in.
I know. I had to wake you up.
I know. I had to, last night, I got home late from work, as you know.
Uh-huh.
And so I didn't even go to the gym. I just went straight to bed, basically. And I thought I would have had enough sleep. But this morning, I slept in a little bit by a couple of hours. I know. And so as a result, that's why I felt worried this morning, because I wasn't sure if we would have enough time to do our podcast before I had to run off to work again.
Well, I'm glad you got some sleep because you've been working a lot.
I know. My friends keep telling me how they're a little worried sometimes that I'm working too much. But I'm hoping this is only for a short season, Molly, and then things will hopefully get back to a normal schedule for us.
That would be nice.
Molly, I'm also excited because today is Friday, and today I get to go dancing with some friends at this one club that I'm really looking forward to going dancing at, so that's going to be a lot of fun.
That does sound like fun. All right, so can we tell our dad jokes of the day first?
Right. We enjoy dad jokes on the Molly and Friends podcast.
Yeah, we do.
So, Molly, may I tell the first joke because I thought it was kind of like potty humor.
Okay, let's hear it. Let's hear it.
All right, Molly, what did the one toilet say to the other toilet?
I don't know. What did the one toilet say to the other toilet?
You look a little flushed. Isn't that bad?
That's so terrible.
All right, you ask your joke now.
Okay. What did bears call campers in sleeping bags?
What do bears call campers in sleeping bags, Molly?
Soft tacos.
Yep, I can see that. All right, thank you for sharing that. Today, our friends, we are talking a little bit about internet safety. And this might sound like a boring topic, but it's actually a really important topic. Why is this an important topic, Molly? Why were we saying we needed to talk about internet safety?
Oh, because it's a really dangerous place if you're not careful. There are so many things that we don't know about on the internet that could really bring a lot of harm and pain to you. And we don't want that at all.
That's right, Molly. There are some things that are really important for us to be aware of when we're spending our time on the internet. Now, when I was a kid, we didn't have the internet, so it wasn't as big of a concern then at all. However, now because it's such a big part of most of our lives, like most of us, we spend some time on the internet at least, right? And many of us spend a lot more time than we need to, and we'll address that in the midst of some of our points that we're making. But internet safety is really important because if we're not careful online, there are ways that we can be hurt very, very significantly. And we'd rather save ourselves from as much hurt as possible by being aware and knowing how to keep ourselves safe. Do you know what it's like, Molly?
No, what is it like?
Imagine if you were to walk outside into your town or your city and you had no idea how to look after yourself by way of knowing what the traffic was looking like. For example, let's say you walked up to the intersection on a street, you saw the lights, You saw cars going all over the place, but you did not know how to be able to understand what the lights meant. So you didn't understand what the crosswalk sign was all about. And while it's saying stop, don't cross, imagine you did not know what that was about. And you just walked into the street right in front of a moving vehicle.
Oh, that's dangerous.
I know that is so dangerous. That's why we need to talk not only about safety on the internet, because if we don't know what that safety looks like, it's like us walking into that crosswalk without knowing how to be able to read the signs for safety.
Yeah, this is a really important topic, isn't it?
So one of the first things we need to talk about, Molly, is about personal information. We all have personal information. Personal information is like your name, how old you are, where you live, what your phone number is, what school you go to. This is all personal information that tells a little bit about you. Now, while we're online, Molly, it's really important that we protect our personal information, because when you put that information on the internet, it's there to stay. And so you want to be careful what information about yourself you're putting on the internet, because you don't know who's on the other end looking at that information. And we want to protect that information so that we can protect ourselves. If someone gets our personal information, Molly, they can learn a lot about us, where we live. They can learn what we do, where we're going. And we want to protect this information so that strangers don't get the information that could put us in harm's way. And for young kids, it's really important that you're really careful not to give this information. Don't tell strangers you don't know online about your full name, how many people there are in your family, where you live, which school you go to. All this information, Molly, is what?
Private information. Don't share your personal private information.
That's right, Molly. I mean, here we are sharing information, but we're sharing this information so that you can understand how to be safe.
Right. So keep it private and only share it with trustworthy people.
That's right, Molly. All right, another one is to be aware and to know that there are many strangers on the internet. Do you know what the internet is, Molly?
It's like the computer. What is the internet?
Well, Molly, the internet is like a whole bunch of computers that are connected to each other, and people put information on them, and so you can actually get a lot of information from others by sharing it with these interconnected computers.
Oh, I see.
So there are a lot of people out there who are taking information from the internet and putting information on the internet, and the reality is we don't know a lot of those people because they're sitting behind screens and we can't see them face to face. We're only seeing what the screen on the computer is showing. And so there's lots of online strangers, and so it's important for our friends, our young friends, not to share their personal information, because there are strangers who we do not know their intentions. Some might be good, and many have intentions, and they have purposes that are very harmful for others. And so when we don't know who they are, we don't want to interact with them. So on that front, you may get some requests from strangers on the internet to be friends. They may send you a friend request saying, hey, can I be your friend? And it sounds nice. It's important not to befriend them. Do not accept those friend requests from people you do not know in real life. Only accept friend requests and talk to people on the internet that you know in real life. This could be your friends at school, perhaps. This could be your family members that you know, but don't share information and don't chat or accept friend requests from strangers online. In fact, one of the safe things probably to do is just to block them, because you don't need to be connecting with someone that you have no idea about. They could tell you so much about themselves, but the reality is, Molly, we don't know if it's true because we don't know them in real life. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because sometimes some really mean people online pretend to be kids, and that's how they try to connect with you to get all this personal information that they have no right to.
Oh, I see.
We've talked a little bit about bullying online in a previous episode. That's where someone is being purposefully mean online by sharing awful stories about you. They may share pictures of you that you didn't give them permission or consent for. They may try to exclude you from groups online. And we've said one of the most important things when you experience bullying online is to talk to an adult that you trust, someone that can help you understand what to do there.
Oh, what about going online and checking many websites? Because I like doing that.
You know, that's a lot of fun, Molly, when you're able to explore on the internet and see all these different things that you could watch by way of videos or information you can get. But it's also important to know that not everything on the internet is safe for kids to see. Some people put some awful things on the internet, and if you're not careful about how you're looking through all those things, you might stumble upon things that really are upsetting to you. And so it's important to know that there are safety features on your search engines. So whenever you're going to search for information, make sure that there's a safe browsing option enabled on your internet, because that's what's going to keep away all of that harmful information that could really upset you and could really affect your mental health.
I like that idea. So make sure your safety is on, kids. Now, can we have our mid-episode dad jokes?
Oh my goodness, we do love our dad jokes here, don't we, Molly? And it's kind of fun in the middle because then we can have a little bit of lightness in the midst of some very serious conversations, right?
That's right. I like it. Okay, I'm going to tell the first joke this time. Is that okay?
Go ahead, Molly.
Okay. What does a sea monster eat?
What does a sea monster eat, Molly?
Fish and shits.
Fish and chips, not fish and chips. Fish and chips. I get it. A sea monster eats fish and chips. That's clever, Molly. I like that one.
That is so terrible, though.
That's what dad jokes are, aren't they? Okay, my turn, Molly. I invented a pencil with an eraser on both ends, but there's no points to it.
I know there's no point because there's an eraser on both ends. So hilarious.
Thank you, Molly. Okay, let's carry on with a couple more things to share with our friends here. Friends, while you're on the internet, actually most of the time you're going to need passwords for various accounts that you have, whether it's on games that you're playing or your email. The important thing to know when you're choosing your password is choose something that you'll remember, but make sure it's also very strong. And how it's very strong is you want to include capital letters, you want to include small letters, you want to include some numbers in there, and perhaps even you want to include like some marks like an exclamation point or question mark or a period. You want to include a bunch of these things in there and make it really difficult to guess, and that's what makes a really strong password. And when you come up with a strong password, the important thing to do is, what is it, Molly?
Don't share it.
That's right. Don't share your passwords because that's private information that keeps others out of your accounts and only you can access those accounts. Does that make sense? Good. All right, and then next we're going to talk about how to find trustworthy places on the internet to find information, because not everything on the internet, Molly, is safe. And so to find safe information, it's really important to be able to remember that you have to check many places to find out if something's true, because sometimes people put things on there that are not true, and many people believe a lot of what they see, and it's really not helpful because...
Well, I know why.
Why is that, Molly?
Because sometimes you might believe something that's not true. So check many places to make sure it's true.
An important thing two more important things we want to share with our friends is that what you put on the internet is going to stay on there forever. So always be careful what you're putting on there. Make sure to think, is what I'm sharing on or posting online, am I going to be embarrassed about this later in life? Because if you are going to be embarrassed about it, don't post it, right? And the last thing, what is it, Molly?
Oh, time management. Make sure you don't spend all your time on the internet. Make sure to go out and play with your friends, spend time with your family, read a book. Have a good balance in life.
You got it, Molly. Now, let's finish off with a couple of dad jokes, shall we?
Yes, please. Okay, what did the one wall say to the other?
What did the one wall say to the other, Molly?
I'll meet you in the corner.
I was going to tell you a joke, Molly.
Uh-huh.
But I forgot the punchline.
Oh, my.
Our dear friends, thank you for listening into this episode of the Molly and Friends show. We're so glad you could spend time with us. We look forward to connecting with you on our next episode. But until then, do remember our lessons we learned today. Be careful online, keep yourself safe, and ask always for help if you don't understand how to be able to make sure you're safe online. We appreciate you guys. We love you. We'll talk to you on the next episode.
Bye for now, kids.
See you next time.